Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Apple report for Thursday, November 16th, 2023. But before I walk you through the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, share the content if you would with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this one. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, the Long Bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube. That is 8 a month that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for at least 20% moves on those stock picks, and you can check out all of this for no cost for 5 days. We offer a 5-day free trial up front with a wickedstocks.com subscription. So sign up for wickedstocks.com, check it all out. If you don't like what you see within 5 days, you can cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever. On with the charts. One of the first I want to show you once again is the Triple Q, the weekly NASDAQ 100 ETF. We also do daily SPY analysis just to let you know that a couple of weeks ago we had a meaningful buy signal, longer term in scope, above this area that you see in the upper 360s, anticipating higher trade as we move into next year. You can get all the price points for free by checking out that 5-day free trial. Let's move on to the Apple analysis. And that is to say that long-term support, I like to start with the big picture, work our way into the day itself. Long-term support in the mid-160s, if given the opportunity to buy it again, able to contain selling well into next year, and above which a long-term objective remains at 231.11. It is a settlement for the week itself. That is tomorrow by a 1% margin above 185.93. That should accelerate this upward momentum or maintain this accelerated momentum, I should say, that could within 3 to 5 months yield the 231.11 long-term rising channel top. So 185.93 had been considered a formation that just might contain buying through the rest of the year, and we could have fallen off again back into the mid-160s within a month or two of testing 165.93. But we've closed above 165.93. On the daily chart, did I say 165.93? We closed above 185.93. And on the daily chart, it comes in at 185.06. So you can see over here the 185 handle, solid, meaningful support, able to contain selling now through the rest of the year. Now, I'm assuming, I don't make a strong assumption, but I'm assuming that we will, in fact, close the week above 185.93 by the 1% margin. Just add a $1.85 to that, and that'll take you to 187.70 something, maybe 187.81. If I'm doing the math proper in my head, I will give you that number for sure on Monday. On Friday, and we are actually above it right now. We've been closing above it on a daily basis, so it looks pretty good. But you never know; we could sell off, by Friday's close and settle back below the 185 handle long-term support, which would sort of put a kibosh on this, what I consider to be a tentative longer-term secondary buy signal. Primarily was the opportunity in the mid-160s about 4 weeks ago to buy it once again as suggested. So holding above 185.93, it really is bullish momentum can remain intact. And if I'm looking at the daily chart, to the upside, I still have this 189.98 to 190.69 region, this high pullback high from late August, and also this gap low, this area 189.98 to 190.69, able to contain daily buying pressures. Now, we didn't test it on Wednesday. I can't even say we came close. I got up to 189.50. Downside today, I do see 187.15 as our pivot point, above which we can, within the day, reach into that 189, 190 handle resistance. If we break or open today below 187.15, we can fall back into the 185 handle. 185.06 is, of course, preceded by the same formation on the weekly chart at 185.93, where, you can buy the market. Now, we do need to see the market close above 185.93 by the 1% margin, as I said before, which I think is around 187.81. I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing. And so if we can just kind of hold this price point where we are presently, we will firmly settle tomorrow, Friday, in a secondary buy signal. Anticipating then the 198.23 July all-time high over the next 3 to 5 weeks by the end of the year, let's say, and so forth and so on as we move our way still, anticipating this 231.11 longer-term objective. If we close Friday above 185.93 by that 1% margin, you may consider reaching for 198, 200 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least a couple of months. Or perhaps you could reach for 230, 240, 250 out of the money calls. I would go a year out in this. I don't expect to take half that long, but that's about what it could take. And so I like to go twice out the distance in expiration relative to the targeted time horizon. So that is the upside. Let's talk about the possibility today. I don't see it. But once again, I will show that if we break 187.15, we could test 185.06. If we close today below 185.06, good high for the week, good high through next week. 181.92 then expected within several days, 179.90 by the end of next week. This is a 1 week play to the downside. Closing below 185.06 is go short for you 3 to 5 day swing traders down to 179.90, where we could bottom out on a weekly basis and then turn up again. In terms of whether or not we will likely retest the mid 160s, that would come with a settlement below 179.90. Now, if we do close the week, that is tomorrow, below 185.93, there is still the possibility we could fall back into the mid 160s over the next month or two. But in terms of clarifying that from a possibility to a likelihood, that would be, once again, a settlement below 179.90, which we're nowhere near right now. The way I would frame the dynamic through the rest of the year is you're bottom picking the mid 180s until proven otherwise, anticipating these upper price points that I've already outlined, the 189.98 to 190.69 region as a 3 to 5 day objective. The 198.23 July 23 all-time high as a 2 to 3 to 5 week target, so forth and so on. So you're buying the 185 handle, and we do also once again want to see the market close the week itself above 185.93 by a 1% margin. And inversely, once again, if we close below 185.06 today, for instance, then we shift negative down to 179.90 for about 3 to 5 days, where we can bottom out on a weekly basis. And in terms of, as I was outlining a moment ago and started with, through the rest of the year, bottom picking the mid 185 handle. You're staying long, you're getting long in the 185 handle through the rest of the year. In terms of going short, playing the short side aggressively, that would come with a settlement below 179.90, which we're not going to see anytime soon, but we could perhaps see it over the next week or two, especially if we close today below 185.06. I think that pretty much rounds it out for Thursday's Daily Apple Report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's Apple Report. You have a great day.